Thank you, Cindy, for joining us in Paris at the BagSHow. To start, can you share what initially drew you to the drums and how you began your journey in music?
I think that I was born wanting to play because my mom and my older sister tell me that when I was born, I was always tapping on things and you know, trying to find things to make rhythms on. And my mom said, oh, she's going to grow out of that. She won't keep doing that. But I never did. So, you know, from there, as I was listening to music, because we had a lot of music in our house, my focus was always mainly on the drums.
Okay.
I was like, what does that sound? I like that. I like what it's doing in the music. I like the feel of it. I like the sound of it. You know, so I wanted to find out what that thing was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it was attractive to me from the very beginning.
You've had an impressive career, performing with renowned artists like Decavele, Santana. How have these experiences shaped your music style?
You know, you learn that every situation is different. So every situation has something that it needs, and you have to learn how to satisfy each situation, but still own each situation and still give each situation your whole heart, your whole energy, and your personality inside of what's happening.
As a female drummer in a mostly male industry, what challenges have you faced and how have you overcome them?
You know, I am 1000% woman, and I love being a woman, but I don't look at myself as a female drummer. I don't look at myself as a woman drummer. I look at myself as a drummer on the scene. If somebody else chooses to look at me in another way, that's their business. I can't control somebody else's mind. So, you know, I pattern myself after the drummers that I like, and I pattern myself after music that I like, and I go for things that I like, and it has nothing to do with gender. It has to do with what I like.
You're known for your powerful and energetic drumming style. Can you describe how you approach to practice and performance?
Yes, I think that, you know, rudiments are obviously very important. So I practice rudiments all the time. I practice and play statements around the drums that are based on rudiments, based on what I hear, based on musicality. I still listen a lot. I still play with records, you know. I still transcribe things. I still study from my heroes. So I think that's really important, to never give up the quest of learning, at least for me, because virtuosity before I leave this planet is my goal. So that means I am a perpetual and forever student of the drums, student of music, student of life. So I'm always applying things that I learned, things that I find out, directly related to music, through life, you know, I relate all that to what I'm doing, to what I'm playing. And that helps me grow. And that's what I want. I want to grow, always.
What made you love Gretsch, the Gretsch drums?
Oh, the sound, the tone, the history, because, you know, the music that I love the most was built on that sound.
Yeah.
You know, listen to Art Blakey, he played
all the
Gretsch
famous
in his
jazz
prime.
players, yeah.
You know, Philly Joe played Gretsch in his prime. Elvin Jones played Gretsch in his prime. Tony Williams, of course, played Gretsch in his prime. Jimmy Cobb, all the greatest drummers played Gretsch in their prime, with the exception of a few. Roy Haynes did not, you know, Buddy Rich did not. There's not that many that didn't play Gretsch. So that means the music that I love so much was built on that sound. So I hear that sound in my head, and then when I get on the drums, I feel and hear that sound.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So there's a lineage there that to me is very important, and it's very musical. And, you know, if you want to break it down to what the drums do specifically, they're very warm, but they also project. They also are very tunable, so they can hold a note very well. You know, a lot of drums today, a lot of newer drums have a lot of sub, and so they don't tune very well. They sound very boxy. But Gretsch still has a lot of mid-range, which allows a note to come out. And I need to hear a note because
For the musicality. Yeah.
yes, because otherwise I feel as though I'm just hitting on one sound, and that's just an exercise in physicality. And although I like to play very physical drums, it has to be musical. So I don't want to just hit and everything sounds the same. I need to hear distinction, you know. So I'm always tuning my drums to make sure I'm getting that, because I really need that. And if I don't get that, I'm not happy with it.
Show us your favorite drum rhythm on the table or on your knees.
My favorite drum rhythm.
Yeah, the one that when you are walking in the street, for example, the one that you have in your head.
I like a lot of rhythms, and I pick up a lot of rhythms from different places. I might pick it up from a car going by, or a train, or a child making noise, or the rain, you know, or the wind, you know. So it can be many, but you know, if I had to just play one off the cuff, you know, I like.
I love it. Yeah. What would be for you the rhythm that represents peace?
Beautiful rolls.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. I love single stroke rolls. I love double stroke rolls, press rolls. A beautiful roll to me sounds like the ocean. It sounds like waves in the ocean. It sounds like the wind, you know. So to me that represents not only peace, but it's also very romantic. It's also fiery, depending on how you play it. You know, so it represents a lot of emotion, and I love rolls.
If you had a superpower,
Oh man, there's so many superpowers that I would like to have. I would say that it would be intelligence, supreme intelligence. Because you know why? Because creativity is intelligent.
oh yeah,
You know, and creativity to me is the core of life. We are made from the supreme creator, from the ultimate creator, because the source, the universe, God, whatever you want to call that entity, is the most magnificent creator because it's the original creator. So it's also very intelligent. So when you have supreme intelligence, to me you can, and I don't mean artificial, I mean natural supreme intelligence, then to me the creativity will come much easier because you have so many choices, you know.
You said in an interview, music is sacred, transcendent, and related to the work of prayer. So, can you tell us more about this?
You know, I say that because it's very meditative for me. You know, when I'm playing drums, I don't care if there are 100 people in the audience or 10,000 people or 100,000 people or no people. If I'm in my room practicing, it's a very meditative space for me. And it's my time to connect not only with myself, but in the highest form that I can imagine to the universe and to the source. So it's very much like prayer for me. I think that music is an ultimate connector because you have sound waves, you have physical waves, you have wavelengths, you have all that stuff in the music that is pushing and making flow energetically. You know, you have the plus and the minus because you have the different tones, the different sounds that you're making. You know, so all of that to me is what the universe is made of. So you're really connecting with that in a high way, and you're also able to connect with people. Some people may have a prejudice against you because of your accent or your language or your religion or your hair or, you know, your diet or anything, you know. But when you play music, that transcends all of that because music speaks on a much higher level. And you can close your eyes and hear the music and not even let any of those things come into your brain because they don't matter anyway. You know, it's the communication that matters. It's the touching of somebody's heart that matters. It's you sharing your heart with people that matters. It's connecting and being a channel for creativity from the creator to come through you. I can't do anything, but the creator can do everything. So, you know, that would be another superpower for me, to be the ultimate channel for, you know, the creator.
Can you tell us how you developed your sound?
I developed my sound by listening to Art Blakey, listening to Philly Joe, to Elvin, to Tony. You know, those four people have my favorite drum sounds. And there are other people who I love too, you know, other sounds that I love. that I base myself off of as well. But I listen to, you know, the people that I love, and then I come up with ways to tune my drums to get the sounds that give me that kind of feeling and that kind of energy and response and reaction. So I can't see where people find it okay to just say, okay, well, I got my own style and this is my sound. Well, based off of what? So I like to base my sound. I mean, you can do that, no problem. But for me, I love the history and the lineage of the music so much that I want to build off the history that these greats have given us, you know, that Tony gave us, that Elvin, that Roy, that Philly, that Max, that Jimmy Cobb, Louis Hayes, you know, all these great drummers, you know, that they've given us, drummers that came before them and after them, Chick Webb and Sid Catlett, you know, Sonny Payne, Baby Dodds, all these different and great drummers, Denzel Best, you know, all these great drummers, and drummers that came after the drummers that I named too, that are kind of in the middle, you know, even John Bonham, Mitch Mitchell, you know, all these different cats, Clyde and Jabbo with James Brown, great sounds for you know, for what they were doing, incredible. So I listen to all of that, and I try to gather my direction from the things that I like there out of that. And of course my favorite is Tony, but I know that he is an amalgamation of all the guys that came from him. So when you listen to him, you're actually listening to all those people because he carried that lineage so well and he developed it so well. So you're really listening to all those people, whether you know it or not. You're listening to them when you listen to him. And I also, of course, listen to them separately, and that's why I know that I hear them in him.
Yeah. What's your favorite curse word? So I surprise you.
Yeah, nobody's ever asked me that. I don't really curse, you know, so I wouldn't say that I have a favorite, because I don't use those words that much. Once in a while, you know, I'm human. So, you know, it would, if I was trying to make a point, it would probably start with an F. What the? I would say that's probably it.
Okay. Thank you, Cindy, for sharing your experiences to us today, and it's been a pleasure.